here with my friend CPQ.
Hi.
We're starting a little bit late, but that's fine because we are starting. And we are, I wanted to start, I'm on the loading screen because last time that we started, we were at a part that said that this was going to be like heavy story time. So I wanted to have a save point like right here. And I didn't know if loading in would immediately cause story.
Yeah,
Also,
just
we
in
have
case.
pizza.
I have pizza. I don't know about you.
I ate my half. That's right, they fucking drugged us.
Guess the drug was too strong. Wake him up.
Yep, we're officially at the beginning of the game.
No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate.
Why the...
What? You want another shot? Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Don't say yeah.
Yep. Not saying a word.
You hear my question? Answer!
I ain't saying a fucking word to you, pig.
Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons.
Fake weapons.
Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works.
I have some cola.
Think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
Eat here.
Got kicked in the fucking stomach.
Yeah.
You should know your place. Sign here. It's a confession under your name.
Nope.
I see. I need your hand to sign this, bud. I don't care if you end up losing a leg. Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
Oh, I intend for you to. Stab him in the eye with a pin. Isn't this where we made our name? Or did we start? Or did we make our name before we started?
We made our name before we started.
Okay. And now we're caught up to real time, which is the investigation with Sai. Or interrogation, I should say. Not investigation.
Excuse me, but this area is off.
I'm Nijima from the Public Prosecutor's Office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
You prosecutor Sai Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
Yeah, the SIU director is like the main bad guy.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much, though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long.
It's been over 100 hours since we started talking to him.
Yeah.
It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I'm sorry, you ate how many Big Bang Burgers? Like, a lot of them.
I understand.
Because when you think about every little detail.
Well done on making it this far, inmate.
Hello, Venomous Pup.
Hi.
Now that you have traversed your long, perilous recollection, you truly have entered the present.
Seriously, long, perilous recollection is correct.
The effects of that drug are gonna wear off soon. This is your golden opportunity. You must grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin. The evil influence who wishes you dead is fast approaching. If you want to win this unreasonable game, if you wish to take back your stolen future, recall the bonds you formed with your allies, and grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin.
Ah, shit. This is where, like, if you had maxed out everybody's social links, you'd get the true ending.
Oof.
At least I think. So this is gonna be where it's like, hey, by the way, because you didn't get everybody's true ending, like, you're not getting the actual.
I see.
Are we getting a good ending, though, you think?
I don't know.
So that's what led to your ending up here. What a disappointing end to the hero of justice. I still can't believe it. But I now have a general idea of the methods you used for your crimes. There's much more I'd like to ask, but my allotted time is nearly up. I do have a suggestion, though. Care to strike a deal? If you cooperate with me, I'll consider lightening your sentence.
I ain't saying a word.
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you. Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case.
So it's gonna be Teacher, Ryuji, the Sun Arcana,
Punk Rock Doc, we maxed her
Punk Rock
out.
Doc. We also maxed her out. Don't be weird about it, Venomous Pup.
Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved with the Phantom Thieves. First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto.
Fucking what?
I'm sorry, huh?
What
Sorry,
the
say that
hell
one more
was
time.
that?
One more time,
Look,
please.
I really want. It's just like, I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just call him? You heard me, Sakamoto. Are you even Japanese? I don't think you are.
One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki.
Stop it. This is
It's
the
better.
worst.
It's better than Takamaki.
It is.
Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura.
That one is harder to mess up.
Yeah.
The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura. And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima.
All right, I wanted to get all of their names in at once because I so want to 6ix9ine the shit out of what's his name?
Out of who?
Fuckboy.
Oh! Akechi?
Yeah, Akechi. That's
yeah,
the
fuck
one.
that guy.
Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
Please say Akechi's name. Never
Never
heard
heard
of
of
him.
him.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by
And
themselves.
now we go on to the adult side of the adults that I've
Were
created
there
bonds
not
with.
others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened. You had the cooperation
Listen, lady,
of
my
people
life has been
outside
forfeit
your
for the
group,
last
did
year.
You not?
Yeah.
Can
Guess
you
we're
tell
not gonna
me
get to
about
wear
them?
the Christmas uniforms, are we?
There were no such people.
I see.
I did this by
So you won't
myself.
speak a word about either your teammates or your collaborators.
I ain't no snitch.
Do you even understand the position that you're
Snitches
in?
don't get snitches don't
Let's
get
discuss
stitches
one
anymore.
other person.
Snitches end up in ditches.
Goro Akechi.
You do know where snitches get stitches originally came from, right?
Oh, please tell me.
So it doesn't actually, like, it's kind of a double meaning. The most obvious is, you know, snitches get, you know, shanked in jail. But the real thing is,
Man, 6ix9ine's gonna be fucked.
oh, big time. But the real thing was, snitches get stitches was a saying because if there was a fight between, let's say, two rival gangs, right? And there was somebody who got shot or got stabbed or something and was bleeding out. When the cops showed up, they would refuse aid to any individual who wasn't willing to speak out against what happened. So snitches got stitches.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they physically can't. I don't think they can physically help unless otherwise. But I can't remember the exact reasoning behind it. But that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, we gonna rat him out. Rat him out,
There are
Paladin.
reports that he was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves as well. Might he be a part of your team too?
Damn it!
Nope, not Akechi. That's impossible.
Nope.
Nope.
We give one-word
So
answers.
Goro Akechi wasn't one of you. Very well. So be it.
You think they
clearly
gave
have
the
no
option there
intention
because
of
they knew
bargaining
people
with
would
me.
absolutely rat his
Oh
ass
yeah,
out?
because he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy.
Even now, you're still acting as though you're a hero of justice. Your teammates have sacrificed you in order to escape, yet you wish to defend their honor? Why won't you talk about them?
Because against justice, it's wrong. It's a dirty tactic.
What's a dirty tactic talking about them?
Yeah, talking about them.
Yeah, it's a dirty tactic.
Mm. I wish there was an option to just not say anything.
Don't be ridiculous. You're the one suspected of foul crimes.
You call this justice?
Justice? Then tell me, what is this justice you speak of?
Saving others.
Saving others? What an awfully simple response. You continue to stand firm. Are you implying that we have no evidence on you?
Listen, all I'm saying is, I know a guy who used to be in the Yakuza. He's gonna be here in about 20 minutes. Just explosions off in the background. Sorry, let me change that. He's here now.
More like 20
You should run.
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should run. He just comes busting through the thing. He's got a rocket launcher in one hand and an Uzi in the other, and he's like, "Hey kid, you alright?"
You're right. We have nothing. And it doesn't help that your story sounds like a fairy tale. But many people have fallen victim to this. We need to learn the truth.
So do I.
You can't handle the
The
truth.
truth, huh? I don't even know what's right anymore. And it's all due to your strange story.
Oh man, these are hard. Should I look up the correct answer?
Nah,
Is there a...
I don't think there is.
After all this, you're still...
Because I didn't tell you a
The
fucking...
drug's starting to wear off.
Are you listening? The side effects of the truth serum should be wearing off. I won't be deceived by such a poor act.
I think I'm forgetting something important.
Realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right?
What the fuck?
There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Is this supposed
It
to be
seems
where
your
we
mind is
where we
clearing.
learn
We
about
realize
Akechi,
Akechi's the bad guy?
a bad guy all along?
But unfortunately, my time has run out. Although I find your story to be quite interesting, I won't be able to speak with you any longer.
Don't you want to win?
Huh? What are you getting at? That's right. No matter the results of this case, I won't be receiving credit. I even had to call in a large favor just to conduct this interrogation.
Interrogation. That's right. If I remember.
So, how did that thing we asked you to look into go? Nijima mentioned a special interrogation room, didn't she? Good. It looks like we can make this work if we lure them there.
What are we forgetting?
Yeah, I have no clue what the fuck's going on.
I remember the pancake
Hey,
part.
Are you listening? Our time's up. We're done talking here.
Like,
Goodbye.
I remember the second freeze frame. I don't remember Morgana saying that.
Is this what you planned?
Planned? Why are you saying such odd things? Anyhow, there's one last thing I want to
We're not
ask
talking
you.
to her anymore, are we? Talking to someone else.
There's something that's
Oh,
been
we're
bothering
giving
me for
fucking
some time
codes.
now.
This is great. What if we're still in her thing?
Shit, what if we are?
Recently, I was
What if this is
removed
the
from
real
my
boss
post as
battle?
head of this investigation and was told to remain on standby. A short while later, I received word you were caught in the act, within some bizarre phenomenon. But that was all I was told. You were told someone sold you out, correct? If that's true, who could it have been? Don't you have any idea?
My suspicions were true in the end. Still, to think his true intention was to sell us out. All that's left is to figure out a way to hand it over. It's all up to you, leader.
All right.
Okay then. Giving him the phone without arousing suspicion will be easier said than done. We'll be counting on you to pull this one off.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to who sold you out?
I might.
You're not joking, are you? If you know something, you must tell me. I won't allow things to end like this.
A confiscated item.
Confiscated? You mean this phone? It's yours, isn't it?
Why did they
That's a-
leave me alone in the room with the phone that they confiscated?
I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone?
I really like that case of his. If that's not a case and that's the actual phone, that's even cooler.
Yeah,
Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
can.
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone.
What are you talking about?
Huh? Didn't Makoto and the others tell you? You need to show your phone to the true culprit. You know, the traitor.
Akechi.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone?
Show it to the trader.
The traitor?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that run, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
Not a teammate.
Not a teammate?
There we go. Atta girl. Atta
You're
girl.
referring to him, aren't you?
You need to trust me on this one.
What are you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it.
Yeah, neither can we. But
It
it's gonna be
appears my
lit.
time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case.
Bitch better take that phone.
Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end. And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once.
You think she'll do it?
I think so.
I'll place my bet on you. I just need to show him the phone, right?
Now the password's kind of complicated. It's Pussy Slayer 6969 420. Just blaze it.
No spaces, no periods, no nothing.
I am
Capitalize
thou,
blaze,
I,
but not it.
Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath.
Just the capital B or the entire?
Thou hast awakened
The entire word
to the
blaze.
ultimate secret of judgment, granting thee infinite power.
Ranku up. True justice?
With
Question
several
marks.
question marks.
All right.
Yeet.
All right.
Fusion unlocked. You can now fuse Satan, the most powerful persona of the Judgment Arcana. Oh, you know.
Just
Nothing
Satan.
important. Just Satan.
Ooh, ooh boy.
I'll be
Goodness.
going now.
Ooh.
You know. Just
What good will this do, though?
Hello, Akechi.
Traitor.
Akechi-kun?
Kun.
Why are you here?
Why do
Kun.
you seem so surprised?
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all.
I'm sorry, you're what now?
It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
That was a joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security interrogation. I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes? Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
So it was you. You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? My God.
Do we really need a flashback?
Just in case you didn't get it the first time.
Is there a problem?
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Hmm? Excuse me? What is this phone?
It opened
It
up his
belonged to the
palace.
leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a great accomplishment. Good luck in there.
And if we're the only one that got captured, they can go in there.
Foolish woman.
I don't
There's
like
the
that.
face. There's the Adachi face.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
There's the
I
Adachi
don't
face.
like it. Get it away.
That was the Adachi face.
Why are we so far on the ground? That was a classic wolf, though. He's got a little swagger
May I
to
ask
him.
that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you?
Fucking hell. It also just happens to be silenced.
I owe you for all of this. Thanks. That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan.
Our?
And now it will be completed.
I'm sure obviously
Your
there's more
popularity
assholes involved in
truly
this.
was quite stunning. That just made using you all the more worthwhile.
Akechi has unveiled his true identity. My bond with Akechi has grown deeper.
Oof.
Ranku Max. No? Not Max.
Because I made you not hang out with him so many times.
I don't think we had the option to not hang out with him, but at least as far as
fair.
like justice
we only hung
rank
out with him
increases.
story-wise, I guess.
Mhm. Anime? Anime! Yeah, we hit up.
Have you finally pieced it all together?
That's not the angle you kill somebody if you want it to look like a
This is how
suicide.
your justice ends.
Fuck.
Is it because we didn't get the true ending?
No, no way.
This is inside of his palace, though, because we showed him the phone.
Oh.
Unless this isn't where we need to be.
What?
Man, I don't fucking know. This is what, like,
I don't like it, though.
This is what Persona games turn into at the very end.
Why did he take the silencer?
Because then they won't be able to catch the, They won't be able to track the residue on it, I think, or something like that. There's, like, a way that you would be able to check it. That, and if it had a silencer on it, it's, like, that much more
Shido-san.
believable that,
My job is
Someone
complete.
killed someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you not to call me by name. Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
Remember, this is the asshole from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
But yeah.
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all. More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the
I'm
Special
just sitting here waiting for the
Investigations
credits
Unit?
to roll.
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
The SIU was the Special Investigations Unit.
Okay.
So he wasn't the main bad guy the whole time.
Be
He was also just being used.
Even me. God damn it. Shit.
Dead. P.
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
Oh, it's our girl.
Yeah, it is
I
like
am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice. Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole
Hey,
the
Fire
guard's
Dog.
gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So does she have a gun, or she's a
Don't
police
trust the
officer?
guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take.
Wait, am I in control of Saya now?
You want me to save him?
Is it not a little late? Oh, shit.
Oh, please tell me she gets a fucking Phantom Thief outfit.
God, I hope so.
What is it?
But he's not dead, because we faked it.
Interesting.
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You? But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
Playing the in card, I like it. Also, give me your gun.
Yeah. Like, for real, though.
And now we return to our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they have detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young
Anchon,
man who is...
can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
Just not even paying attention.
This is just a minor. Considering how quickly they
This is gonna be Ryuji, because those are track shoes.
surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However,
A single bird on a white canvas.
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal. Right.
he's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Those are all of the Phantom Thieves numbers, I bet.
Most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why he turned to a life of crime.
Because what is considered a crime is dictated by the people in power.
The young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now.
Why are we back with him?
That Phantom Thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man
How dare you touch her
held in
floof.
custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in
Custody. This station will continue to report
It's just
any
like
further
fucking
updates as they
Epstein.
arrive.
Who totally, definitely committed suicide.
Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
You're shitting me. We got him.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It would seem as though you have been killed. But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
Let's fill in what we conveniently left out so that we could have a plot twist that you could have physically never suspected would happen. Because Akechi being the bad guy was not a plot twist.
Oh,
But
no,
how we're doing this is the plot twist. First time I sensed something was off. That's right, it was during the school festival.
See, this part I remembered. I remembered having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too, then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
He's up to something.
Probably. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station. There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy.
Do some research.
Yeah, that was my plan too. Okay, let's get everyone on the same page right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. I loved that Ryuji face. It was so good.
It was beautiful.
One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree.
I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone.
That won't be hard, considering he's one of our party members.
So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan.
Why are you not telling us?
Perfect.
Because they have to reveal it as a secret later on.
That's fair.
Keeping a secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Futaba's going to do something. I wonder if it'll be okay.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
Gucci butthole beads? What?
I have a feeling we need to just go ahead and block him.
It'll be a gamble.
I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
It seems you finally remember. This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
My memories are starting to become clearer. That's right. That this is what really happened to me at that moment.
Is it going to be more anime? I hope it is. It's not going to be, but I hope it is.
More anime. Reverse? Nope. No reverse. Go ahead and remove that tomato ketchup packet on our forehead. Yep, because this was all...
Oh. What's it?
I don't know. But we're sitting smug as fuck. Look at that, cross legs. Would you like to save your current progress? Yes.
Yes, please. Back to the beginning, boys.
Thematic. That we
It is.
would cycle over to the beginning again.
Mm-hmm. Because we are at the beginning. Truth's lost to the... Bet you got the last laugh. We'll finally have peace. Ooh, these comments.
Didn't expect him to commit suicide. He's a murderer. He deserved to die. We can finally breathe easy now. Just woke up. Did I miss anything? Boy, oh boy, did you, buddy.
Oh boy, oh boy. We, committed suicide while in custody.
Mm-hmm.
To out Akechi.
Feels like my consciousness is about to fade away. We'll fall asleep until we reach our destination. You listening? Could this be the effect of the drug wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back. Listening? What were we talking about? You weren't paying attention? Well, I guess I can see how you lost thought right now. Anyway, we need to talk about how to get you out of the situation. Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive. It's on a completely different level than just that. Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns.
Yeah.
His offer to assist us was simply a plot to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill Zesty. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces. I think he would be this far gone, and I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace. If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment. So this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us. He made us go after Okumura, then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him. He told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time. The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that the record we got of proof to do it? No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from somewhere else. From elsewhere. This grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect of a police station. Unless we find out who that is, we can continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi. But what means do we have of learning his identity? We'll have to make Akechi say it, though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us. I think that will be the case eventually regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that that's no longer possible and abandons the plan, he may opt to kill us immediately. So we don't got a choice but to go with the bastard's suggestion. But if we go into the palace as told, Zesty will get arrested and then murdered by Akechi. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding... Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage. What's this all of a sudden? There's a way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity. Really? You gotta be kidding me. If he wants to kill Zesty, why not let him? That is, inside the palace. Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive Zesty-kun, all the while believing he killed the real one. Yeah, that's it. That seems like our only option. But doesn't that give me brain dead or whatever it is, a mental shutdown? Listen close, everyone. We'll plan on how we can carry this operation out.
Or does that only work for people who don't have personas?
Or does it only work for people who aren't
Ever
who
since
aren't
the death
palace,
of their teenage
who
leader,
aren't
the Phantom
owners of the
Thieves have
palace?
fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell him to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
Just wheels us out on in a wheelchair. I'm just brain dead in the corner like this. Well, here he is. Your leader.
Makoto told me everything.
Who do you think would step up
Futaba-chan.
if Zesty died? I'm
I'm
thinking
sorry
Makoto.
that I caused you so much
Makoto
trouble
would probably
this
step
past
up.
summer.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Hey, you big bastard.
How have you been?
I mean, I died.
Ghostly.
I like both of them.
You're not floating. It truly is a relief to see your face.
I mean, I died would have been pretty good
Don't even
too.
know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell Boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
He didn't sing the most important song of all. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious, don't
Give us
be.
the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something
Yeah,
like
make
that,
sure
would you?
you're a Phantom Thief instead of Akechi.
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. Wait, so what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
That's right, Sojiro can't hear him.
Yeah. Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry. Was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
Yeah.
But you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality. It's a change in cognition, most likely.
No one really knows.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
Because he would have seen us in the metaverse a long time ago.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Oh shit. The only person that mentioned it was Morgana, and then he showed up talking about pancakes.
Yeah, that's when I started screaming. At least mentally.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one, after all.
The story was good too.
He did approach us when we found ourselves in the worst trouble yet. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone.
I'm sorry, you
I
what?
pretended to be interested in checking
That's
the
something
phone
Sojourner would
but I
absolutely
was
say. I'm sorry,
actually
what the
planting
fuck?
my ad.
That's when she did it. Classic Futaba.
My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they planned to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes. On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
It's the President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Would you be surprised?
I mean, that's essentially what
Invaded
the guy's
Akechi
trying to
into
be.
Sis's palace,
Yeah.
He's trying to
making
become
him
the
dispose
leader
our
of the
leader's fake, but think he killed him.
No, the guy in this game is essentially trying to become Japan's president. They
Yeah.
don't have a prime minister, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. The Shogun.
Can
He's
you
trying to become the
elaborate on
Shogun,
that in
guys.
more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive
But the
world?
emperor can still be the emperor, just over here. This is the real government.
The Emperor's just a figurehead. He's there
We're
to be
sorry
pretty.
for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
Not till we got to school.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, like, can they hear him now that they pointed it out, or what?
Because they've still never been in it.
You had to trust it.
And it was absolutely the best decision we could have made.
Turns out he's just singing the Meow Mix theme song. Meow 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 meow.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi, but I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all.
So did they eventually actually, like, fix her?
I'm sorry
know.
I couldn't see that.
I think we're fixing her
That
right
goes for the
now.
both of
I think
us.
her discovery made her fix herself.
We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work.
So he got sent to the interrogation room, was interrogated, which set her up in the cognitive setting, then showed him the phone. The phone sent Akechi into the metaverse where he saw the cognitive us. So he always believes that he did it because the last thing that she remembers was seeing him in the room. The last thing Sai-san remembers and why she would cognitively believe that he would still be in the room is because it was the last thing she saw. So they had to get him caught in the first place and have Sai-san see him so that he would be there in the cognitive world, then somehow get Akechi into the metaverse using his phone.
They looked no different from actual
That's a real
living
gamble.
Yeah.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse.
And they were hoping that they
That
could...
was all an act. We prepared an empty briefcase beforehand and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
So they did eventually actually steal the treasure, and so Sai-san did have a change of heart.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned
7
it.
teenagers did this.
And a cat.
7 teenagers and a cat did this, Paladin.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
That's the phone.
All I needed were the coordinates.
Seemed like she used the laptop to remotely access the metaverse from the phone. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been
Love these little
victorious.
drawings. I feel like
It must have been
Futaba
truly
trees.
hilarious for our leader who sat
Futaba
idly
totally.
in the real world's interrogation room. Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
Yeah! Victory!
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
I couldn't see it either.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. Huh. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse. Albeit for a brief moment.
So then,
In our experience, there is little
So why can't
danger
she
when
hear
someone
him?
enters their own palace for so short a time.
maybe because she was only in there for a few seconds.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Fair.
Huh. Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Don't remember. Drugs.
Understandable.
Understandable.
Have a nice
day. Yeah, have a nice plague.
Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes.
I just realized the question where we had to ask where are we, where we set up going like, huh, the interrogation room, was to have him placed in the cognitive world. Because it might, like, he could have been there before, but that cemented it for her, was that he was in that room, because she then focused on him and the room.
Yeah.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
And arrest all of you!
Figured out
This is
that
a
you guys
stick
made
up.
Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
It's still there.
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
The bad guys have that much influence?
Yep.
Well,
Murder in a
welcome to
police
modern
station
government.
Would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
You know what this
Thanks
is?
to Futaba-chan's
This
messages
is
and the guard's
fucking.
demeanor,
This is the
I
exact
eventually
what
came to
Epstein is.
understand.
Yeah, this is the only difference is that Epstein actually died.
Yeah. Or did he?
And since the
Man,
higher-ups of
that
the
would be
police
some
knew
wild
nothing
shit,
of this,
wouldn't
it was
Like,
disarray.
by the way, guys, Persona 5's real.
As a result, his suicide during imprisonment
Wanna see
was
Epstein
reported
as
on
a
the news,
Phantom Thief
just
now.
as Akechi planned.
Yeah, but he's an actual bad guy.
I know, but simultaneously, it'd be hilarious to see whatever his shitty costume would be.
That would be hilarious. He would work. He
And
would
with
totally
that
look worse
confusion,
than
he was
Akechi.
able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence,
and even drugs is utterly abnormal.
Don't remember.
Don't remember drugs.
If he had lost
If that's not the
consciousness
response they use in
and
the
hadn't
anime,
been
I'm
able
going to be
tell Sis about
very
the
angry.
phone,
What a mood.
he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
Oh yeah, she's totally canon waifu. Look at that.
It was a breeze.
How tough are you?
How tough am I?
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news.
I had a
though.
bowl of nails for breakfast. Yes, so? Without any milk. Right this way,
I'm
sir.
sorry, right this way, sir.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, Cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash.
And it was that got them into this
Very
situation.
well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you. You saved me, after all.
Is this where we figure out what the actual
That's
final skill
reassuring
is?
to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know. Let's take a break for
Holy
now.
shit, there's still more game.
This old brain is poop.
I just realized that. Like, this is not the actual end of the game.
Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Nice.
Are you sure?
So now we can meet
This guy
downstairs
can't
instead of
leave.
upstairs.
Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs.
Fair.
It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
So if I can't leave, is every mission, is every day just gonna be like us hanging out in here now?
Yes. Makoto will probably gladly tutor us.
That's not what I'm worried about. What about my social links?
We only have these 8 social links. 9 social. Yeah, 9 social links
There's others.
that we can interact with right now.
Not right now.
Exactly. We only have these 9 social links.
Zesty buffalo sauce.
That sounds familiar.
That's the guy you sent here.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
Man, to think that this all comes back to a fucking election is just a little too real. Like, this is the kind of bullshit that people do to get elected. I don't like how real this game is anymore.
I really wish we knew who had stuff.
I mean,
We'll never know, but I really wish.
I mean,
And on
it's a
to our
good
next
chunk
story,
of like
the snap
most
election
of
for the
the
House of
oligarchy, you know,
Representatives.
in
Yeah.
I was about to say Alabama,
But I want to know specifics. I want to know who thought of this plan. I want to know whose idea it was
Discussion is
first.
swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
I think after you hit 70, you don't have to vote anymore.
It was Akechi and his pancake fetish. That's what ended up doing it.
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who?
I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that
You
possibility.
think he's not listening to us on like television?
First,
Okay, no.
he would profit
Who?
from damage done to the current administration
boy.
by the psychotic breakdowns.
Buffalo?
Mm-mm.
Ryuji?
No.
What boy?
I can't remember his name. I'm mad at myself now. Art boy.
Oh, Yusuke.
When he said, huh? I thought that they were announcing that
He's
what's his face
maintained a
died.
negative
The
stance
news.
toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is
Time to
behind
kill the
all
Prime
this,
Minister.
that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
Forever ago.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes.
Man, fuck that. Let's kill him.
Shido, huh?
Do you know Shido?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this. Just based on the connections I had from my previous job.
What was your previous job?
Yeah, what was it?
I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do, so I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Started a coffee shop.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties.
Like
I
how we
would
just
never
call
have
Boss now,
imagined all of
right?
this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
It's weird. It's weird to hear it in English to have just somebody's nickname be Boss.
Yeah.
But they'd all be calling him Taicho in
Okay.
Japanese, which is like a very common nickname.
Okay.
Way back when,
Like
Shido
it
kept
sounds
saying
good when
he
they
was
say
going to be
the boss,
Prime Minister one
but just
day.
calling him boss is weird.
Nobody believed him, though.
Especially in a case like if you were saying like "What's up, boss?" like that's a thing.
Yeah.
But like to have somebody consistently called that is not as common in America.
Yeah.
Whereas in Japan, somebody being Taicho is just a normal thing.
I end every single one of my shifts by going up to the CSA lead and saying, anything else you need me to do, boss man?
about
Or
the
anything else you
world?
need me to do, boss lady? Because, like, we're all generally the same age, so it's
issue
kinda,
is
I think it's
simpler
cute.
than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
I, like, go up, my eyes are still
Yeah,
puffy,
we'll
my
do it
face
like
is tear-stained.
always.
Anything else you need me to do?
Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
Grab her by the pussy.
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
Exactly, see?
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
The red light district.
Diet building, a fancy restaurant, election headquarters.
Talk about small scale.
It's the diet
Perhaps
building.
it's the diet building?
Yeah, it's the diet building.
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the diet building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
We have to.
Hell yeah!
Oh, hell
Nobody
yeah.
against it?
Of course.
He will be a worthy
I mean, I'm
opponent.
pretty sure the adults are against it, but they're not gonna say
Let's win
anything.
this together. Time for revenge.
Man, if they could see the kind of bullshit we could do in the cognitive world, they wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, but
Like imagine if we took Sojiro in and I just pulled out like
a fucking gun.
Yeah, well I pulled out Pazuzu and launched a lightning bolt at somebody.
Like,
And he'd be like, "All right, fuck, take me back, I believe you."
Then
You can
it's
protect her.
unanimous.
Marry my daughter.
All we gotta do
Marry-
now is figure out
Marry
what
my
he thinks
daughter.
that diet building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
Like in
We'll
real
have to deal
life,
with this
I'm
before
very
Election
against
Day,
teachers
December
and
18th.
students dating, but
That
like
means we
I'm
need
very
it done
pro
by the
Zesty
17th.
and Best Baby.
Becky.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the
And
diet
3
building
days
after
later,
school.
Zesty Rose.
And
They
3
found
days,
there was-
and 3 days later, on his 18th birthday, Zesty Rose had pronounced his love for Becky.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
And that's what'll cause the treasure to form.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
Rather than sending a
intellectuals, you
calling card, we're gonna like
Make it
hack
public.
we're gonna hack the TVs and send a statement out. It's gonna show that one.
That's why
It's gonna
you
show that
needed
one
such a
square
daring
with the
trick is
109
getting
building.
captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
Teenagers scared the living shit out of me.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Wow, they've been working on this for a while.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
Thanks for the
To
backstory,
think
guys.
I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic and erased any trace of that scandal.
Can't stay because spoilers, but I'm dropping in to say hi. All right, King Cowder. We're probably not going to be streaming for too much
Sup,
longer
slut?
anyway.
Tampering with a
Well, it
person's
depends.
heart
Depends on what we
would
do
trigger
with
a
what the rest of the
psychotic
stream looks like.
lapse or mental shutdown. And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests.
I mean, that's true, but like you're
now
also
you're a
doing
young
the
man
same.
who only wants to preserve his own vested interest.
The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
His style makes me think he's
I
like
must agree.
some 40-year-old guy
There's
that
no
just
need
like
to be
wants to
ruined
look
along
20,
with
but I
such
feel like he's only
incompetent
30.
Fools. I will lead this country to its revival.
Maybe
Those who
35.
get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins.
I turned this country into a dictatorship.
Yep. He's a
So is the
penis
final boss
potato.
Shido? Probably, unless you get the true
for the
ending, and
sake
then
of
it's
its
probably
selfish
God
and
or
ignorant
something.
masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the Chosen One. Your assistance
thinks
has
it's
been
cheap.
very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
Get me into whatever college I want
I
for
am
free.
thinking about the future, though.
You'll owe me one. Man, imagine
Guess you
doing
won't be
everything
going
that
to school
Akechi
for a
did
while.
just to get into a good college.
Right? Right?
Like, that's what it takes to get into a college.
Like, college is expensive. Honestly, I would turn over a
Don't
bunch of
worry
people
about
if I got into
This'll
college
be a
for free.
breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end.
Big disgrace.
Well,
Disgrace.
how do I put this?
Looks like things have finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
This is a weird setup. Am I not allowed downstairs anymore?
Hey!
Talk to everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the police report on your death isn't gonna show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked around some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine. And I guess if they reported your death now, they'd basically be saying that you're a Phantom Thief. They can't really go announcing that what the Phantom Thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that.
Well,
Reminds me, your relationship with Akechi unexpectedly grew stronger, didn't it? Even though Akechi was talking to that fake you at the time. It's true. Akechi met the cognitive you in the palace. I don't know what he said to that version of you in there, but we should make use of this. And if nothing else, it shows our operation was a smashing success. Taba? Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kind of came in handy. I'm not interested. Also, well, remember how I put that wiretap into Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info for two phones, yours and his. Now, what could I do with that info? I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sai Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi. That's when I saw my chance and Beep. Okay, and Beep sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator. I was expecting like asterisks around the word beep. But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi. This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it. Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All I had to do was push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh?
Very nice.
Alright.
I should write something.
Well, I know it's relatively early and we only streamed for like an hour and a half, but this seems like a really good stopping point and then start up next week.
Yeah.
Or not next week, tomorrow.
Yeah.
We stream this again tomorrow.
Yep. I have work at 8.
I don't have work tomorrow.
Shift. It's not gonna be that bad.
I'm going to catch up on all of the missing sleep that I haven't been getting.
Good.
Anyway, thank you everybody who came out to today's stream. It was almost entirely nothing but story, but that's fine by me.
I like that.
We got through some key points in this one. We made a couple of jokes. And then next time we will... should look up the bad endings of the Persona 5 for research. We'll probably get one. We didn't really finish any of the characters out.
Because the good ending's gonna be in the anime, so there's no point in looking that one up.
We'll just
Because we've
watch
been
it.
waiting to finish this game so we could watch the anime.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been Paladin Null. This has been CPQ.
Hi.
This has been Persona 5. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And as always, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.